Well,
Cool.
welcome back to a very cool episode of Casual Opinions
Cool.
Podcast. Where admittedly, we did not have anything planned really at all until maybe a couple minutes ago. Just general laziness is pretty pervasive throughout here. And yeah, so it's me, Zach, and it's Caleb and Bailey, just like
Cool.
always.
Cool. Cool.
Next week,
Cool. Cool.
shut up, Bailey. Like, we're trying to do the intro here.
Look, I just think it's cool. That's
I
all.
I get it, man, but like we got things to do here. Yeah, next week we actually have a plan. We're gonna talk about multiverses, and like make our own multiverses. I'm here. I'm simping. I'm all in on Garnet. Garnet. I'm a Garnet main right now.
A boy
So,
Finn.
uh,
I haven't even touched the game, so
we could talk about it more later and complain about it. It's hard. It's a grind to
It
unlock
is a
characters,
grind, yeah.
which is a little obnoxious because you get like 4 characters, and then it takes you a long ass time to to grind up for one. So.
Yeah, I regret buying one. I'm like,
it's like the Smash Melee days where it takes forever to get like Mewtwo and Luigi unlocked. Ooh.
Yeah, kind of.
that was more
I don't know.
challenge based, but this is just
Yeah.
grind.
Yeah, this one it's like you have to get 3,000 coins, and like basically you get like 100 if you win, 100-ish if you win. So you got to win like 30. Yeah, maybe they'll change it. I don't know, but Garnet, that's where it's at. And if you play as Superman, you're just a bum. Superman is just a spammy little baby character. Anyone can be good with Superman in that game.
Cool.
But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We decided that we were going to talk about all the new Marvel-y stuff that is on the horizon. That's kind of what we talked about last time, because we talked a little bit about Miss Marvel, and I think we all kind of enjoyed Miss Marvel, but I think we all also kind of said we're kind of in a little bit of Marvel fatigue. So then, of course, right after we say that, they have
the Black Panther 2 trailer drops, and you're like,
yeah,
okay, god
they
damn
have
it.
San Diego, and then they have San Diego Comic-Con where they announce the next 95 Marvel projects that are going to be hitting. So we'll try to talk about some of those. I don't know. Like the whole, I think I've got the calendar pulled up here. We'll see. I don't know if it has everything on it, but yeah, I guess the first order of business, the first 2 newest of things there was the Black Panther trailer. Let's just talk about that one first, I guess, because the other most recent thing is a bit of a mood killer. Admittedly, I've only watched the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer just the one time, but I thought it was pretty banging. It got me pretty excited to see. There's been a hot debate over like should they just recast T'Challa, but apparently they're just not going to do that, which is I don't really have a strong feeling one way or the other about that. I don't know. I'm certainly very interested. I was, I guess, interested in it to begin with, just because well, one, because the original Black Panther is obviously really really good, and then two, like I don't think anybody really knows where this one was going to be going. Yeah, since Chadwick Boseman died. So it was a big time vibes trailer, and I freaking think that this is going to have like the best soundtrack in like any Marvel movie. Just because based off the trailer alone was just pure fire there. But I thought it was really cool. You get to see Namor and Atlantis and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see where all that goes.
I just I was sitting there, and I just remember like watching it, and I don't think my jaw has actually like physically dropped watching a Marvel trailer since like maybe the first Endgame or Infinity War trailer. And this one just got me. I don't know, something about it was just like I'm excited. So, yeah, this is like one of 2 upcoming MCU projects that I'm actively excited for, if I'm being honest.
I believe they did also say that this will be the last project of Phase 4. Is that correct?
Yeah, they actually kind of left it out of the Phase 4 panel whenever I was looking at it. It seemed like
Yeah,
it ended with like She-Hulk and they didn't have the Black Panther on there, but I think it is the official end of Phase 4.
yeah, I believe that's what they had said.
Yeah.
Definitely
I
be the
know.
biggest phase up to this point as
So is
well.
She-Hulk Phase 4 though?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
because She-Hulk comes out in like two and a
Yeah.
half weeks or something. So,
Yep.
Okay.
And
Caleb,
then
what'd you
so does
think?
Andor.
Well, Andor for sure. Caleb, what'd you think on the Black Panther 2 trailer here?
I mean, I don't like vibes trailers. I know I'm probably a hater, but I obviously I knew that they weren't gonna show like they weren't gonna answer who's the Black Panther in this trailer, and
Yeah,
I knew that was gonna happen. And I just
yeah,
this trailer didn't do anything. It didn't tell me anything. It was just like spoiling the movie for me in a way. Like I'd rather just see that in theaters. I'd rather just get those vibes for the first time in theaters. You know, I don't know.
yeah.
It didn't do anything to me.
I think you're certainly right. Like, it doesn't. I mean, you watch that trailer and you're like, "Well, that looks cool." But then if
Right.
you ask somebody, "What's the movie about?" You're gonna go,
I have no
um,
idea.
Black Panther is dead, and there's some people underwater, and that's basically all you get, in terms of like plot, which is fine. Like I'm fine. Like I would rather have less details than like way more. Like I wouldn't want them to give all that away.
That is
But
true. That is true. I definitely don't want trailers to give away too much, but I guess that's my point with most trailers is they just give away too much. Yeah, it's just like okay, whatever. I don't know.
yeah, that's
But at the
fair. I
same time,
think
I still gotta watch them. Hard not to watch them.
it is hard not to watch them. Um, I
Right.
say this, and I've still not seen Thor. I will watch Thor before I watch Black Panther. How many? What all is left in Phase 4? Is it just She-Hulk and Black Panther? Or
Yeah.
I guess there's probably that meaningless I am Groot thing there, right?
Oh,
What
right.
is that
There's
exactly? Is that canon and everything?
it's just like 5-minute shorts. Like it's a
Okay.
series
Wow.
of like kind of like the Baymax series that they just came out with. So it's like they're there mainly to just put on and let your kids be entertained by it. Um, I don't think it's gonna be like a thing that affects the MCU overall.
Yeah, I
So
Yeah.
doubt it.
yeah, it's just there to be cute. Um, oh yeah, isn't like What If season 2 supposed to come out like not soon? Maybe it
That
is 2023.
that I think is a 2023 thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
from what I'm seeing on this website here, I think all that's left on Phase 4 is She-Hulk and then Wakanda Forever as the sort of wrap up there. I'm excited for Wakanda Forever. I'm pretty hyped for that. I know I said I was pretty hyped for Thor: Love and Thunder, and then I just didn't see it. But I think I will probably go and see that pretty soon.
I
I'll
didn't
tell
see
you
the
what
first Black Panther in theaters.
I did.
I did, and that was the experience where I sat down all by myself. I had the row entirely to myself, and then some guy came in and sat right next to me. And I was like, this is the worst day of my fucking life.
You look over him at him and go, fucking excuse me, what are you doing here?
But it's that it's that same thing where it's like you could see the seating chart before you picked your seat. And I picked the spot where no one was around me. So I know this guy picked that seat very deliberately. And we were like sharing a table because it was at the Alamo Draft House. And I was just like,
It's cute.
bro, god damn
Maybe
it.
he was hoping for like a meet cute thing. He's like, there's like a 50% chance that this is a girl. I'm gonna buy a ticket right next to her, and then we're gonna hit it off and just vibe, and we're gonna watch Black Panther together, and then we're gonna go back home and be like, oh my god, I totally,
Wow. Talk about a creeper.
it's definitely a creeper for sure. Um,
And then he found me and said, yeah, it'll do.
That'll do.
That'll
That'll
do,
do.
big. That'll do.
I always say that'll do, Donkey.
I do too. I do
Right.
too.
From Shrek. Sorry, Babe. Nobody cares.
I was gonna say there are two types of people: the people who quote Babe and the people who quote Shrek.
Shrek is better than Babe, just unequivocally. I don't think that's even
You
a
know,
hot
I'm not
take.
gonna argue with that because that is like an actual discussion that is valid either way.
No, what's not a discussion? She-Hulk being good. Uh, that
I
that sh- that She-Hulk trailer looked like pure booty. I mean,
I'm more excited about all of the other characters than I am about She-Hulk, but
I'm
I
a big
did get
Abomination fan.
Abomination is gonna be fun.
Caleb
I
is gonna
think.
nut so hard when they do the Thunderbolts movie.
Oh yeah,
Bro, it's got all my boys in it. Yeah, probably.
but what was I? The one part where I was kind of won over on She-Hulk was whenever she breaks the fourth wall,
Ugh, I
and
hate
it just
fourth
kind of.
wall breaking so
I know, but
much.
here's the fun thing
Well, I
about
don't like
She-Hulk.
Deadpool.
That's fair. She-Hulk did the fourth wall breaking in the comics before Deadpool ever did, and she did it like
Still
really
sucks.
well. But yeah, she's known as like the mother of fourth wall breaks for
God
comic
damn it.
books.
See, yeah,
Fourth
that's
wall breaks can
disappointing.
be fourth wall breaks can be fun. They can also be mega cringe.
Mega cringe.
And
That's
kind of
all
like
they are to me. That's all they are.
And
It's just cringe.
and the one example in the trailer where she like looks at the camera and says something, and then like Hulk's like, "What?" I was just like, ugh. And also and there's been a lot of reports of Marvel VFX artists being basically abused as workers, just being
yeah,
absolutely ran thin. Um, it's showing because Caleb, I know you know this, and I'm usually a person who doesn't complain about bad CGI, but She-Hulk just looks bad. She just doesn't look
Mm-hmm.
good. It,
yeah.
She does
No,
not look
even
good.
it's
I'll even
bad.
say this as the person who has seen Thor: Love and Thunder. There are some very shoddy VFX shots, and you can tell like they literally filmed. I think almost every project that is going basically through Black Panther, through even Ant-Man, Quantumania, through Guardians, like everything from Guardians Volume 3 back to I think WandaVision, as far back as WandaVision. They were doing reshoots or even just like, initial shots within a 7-month period. So Marvel was just doing all this stuff at one point because they started allowing people to get back on sets during COVID with like all the protocols and everything. So after that 7-month period, they went to their like effects houses and just threw all these projects at them and said, "Get these out. We have deadlines." And the people there were like, we need more time." And Marvel was like, "No, deadlines."
And
So,
that's where you get She-Hulk from. It's tough.
right.
I don't know. I would say my expectations are pretty high for Wakanda Forever, and they're very, very low for She-Hulk, which maybe works in She-Hulk's
She-Hulk's
favor because
favor.
I think typically if I have low expectations for something, I end up being very
Yeah, that,
surprised
that
with it.
seems to be the case for me.
Like
Yeah.
my expectations for Hawkeye and Miss Marvel were both not very high, and I ended up really liking both of those. And then my expectations for Moon Knight were
Right.
admittedly pretty high, and I ended
Same.
up thinking Moon Knight was kind of a little bit of a dud.
Yeah.
Same.
So yeah, maybe She-Hulk will end up being a straight banger.
Yeah.
Wong's in it. I love Wong. So
Yep.
I think Wong just needs to be the new Stan Lee going
Wong needs to
forward.
get his own show. Get Wong a show.
People are
I don't know.
editing the
Sure.
Wong and Morbius. It's Morbin time, like that kind of series, and I'm like,
It's Wong time.
it's Wong in time.
It's Wong in time. You guys remember Beetleborgs? Did you guys ever fuck with
Yeah, we had
Beetleborgs?
Beetleborgs. We had like a little figure
Yeah.
growing up. I
Were
remember.
those like Legos or what were
They're
No,
they?
they're
like
like Power Ranger
knockoff
knockoffs.
Power Rangers. Yeah.
don't like. I remember the name. I just don't remember
I
them
always
at
forget the
all.
name of it, and I have to look it up every once in a while. We had a figure of it, but there was like a another knockoff Power Ranger, but they had like dragon armor.
Yeah.
And they had like gold dragon
Yeah.
armor. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
And that guy
think
looked cool as hell,
he looked cool
man.
as hell. And I honestly, I could be wrong, but I think when I looked it up the first time, I thought it was like Christian based.
Oh, well, now I like it less, but
I
Yeah.
know, but I don't know. I don't know for sure if that's true. I could be wrong on that.
I want to find out what these are called now. Did you guys remember there? Well, Caleb, we had a Beetleborg Power Rangers collab. There was like a crossover comic that we had.
Really?
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
cool.
remember that. I remember
Yeah.
the Beetleborg figure, and I remember being very upset because I lost it at a pretty young age, and it was one of the coolest action figures we had, and I played with action figures for a really long time, and it was one of the coolest action figures ever, and we lost it. Never knew
Well, now
where it went.
y'all have got me thinking about Bionicle now. I don't know
Ooh,
why.
Bionicle. Loved
Bionicle was fun.
Bionicles.
Yeah.
I remember just like the OG like 7 that they
Mm-hmm.
had or whatever.
Yeah.
And
The red
then
one was the best.
I really like the
Wrong.
red one,
Yeah.
but I think I wound up preferring the snow one, the white one. He just had like that visor for the eye or the
Yeah,
little
he's
telescope.
clean. Yeah.
And he just had a snowboard and everything. I just thought he was, oh, was it snowboard or was it like skis?
I
Or
don't
was it like
remember.
a shield that he slid around
It
on?
might have been a shield, or
I
maybe
don't
like
know.
I know they got like advancements, so like the second round of Bionicles they changed their designs.
I like
But
the ones that had the heads that went whoosh, whoosh,
Oh
whoosh.
yeah,
You could
those
like
were the
press the
bad
button.
ones. Those were the bad ones.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
they
then
they were like inside of pods and
do
stuff.
you
They were
remember
like
the
really
bad
They could roll around.
advanced.
ones? I think it was the second round of bad ones. They had like the spine back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at pictures of
Oh
them.
yeah, they had like the stabs and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
those
you
were
open up their
cool.
spine, there's a little creature inside.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Man,
I
Also,
think
Bionicles were awesome.
you remember the
I was gonna
Bionicle
say
movie?
Yes, I was about to say that too. Yeah, the
there were
Bionicle
a
movie was
bunch.
fun.
There were a bunch of Bionicle movies, and they released Bionicles as like McDonald's
I've only
toys.
seen
And the
the first
McDonald's
movie.
toys actually were like the main characters of some of those movies.
Yeah, the first movie with the golden mask. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I threw up watching that movie. I remember not because I was watching that movie, but I remember
Bionicle
throwing up
Mask
while
of
watching that
Light.
movie.
I just
Bionicle Mask of Light.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Bionicles!
Well, now that makes me think of like whenever I was like a little kid, my parents took me to see Hercules at the Palace, and I ate so much popcorn that I threw up. But I
Did you
love
throw up
telling
there?
people. Yeah, apparently I was just like, ugh.
Go.
So they had to leave or something like that. So I always love telling people whenever they're like, "Oh, I love Hercules." I'm like, "I threw up watching Hercules," and they're like, "Oh, you thought it was that bad?" And then I just roll with it and go, "Yeah." I knew when I was 2 years old.
You remember the Bionicle commercial that had the freaking All American Rejects song? Move
Yes,
along.
yes. I move along.
Oh my
Yes, I do
god!
remember that. I remember that. I used to see that like on Saturdays when we would be at for Saturday breakfast.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
I remember seeing that all the time when we were there.
I think that's
Oof.
probably fitting because the kids who were playing with Bionicles were definitely rejects. So, zing.
You know what? You know what? I'm glad died out by the time Bionicles rolled through. I'm glad the whole Satanic Panic, like Dungeons and Dragons thing, was like done by the time Bionicles came out. Otherwise, I guarantee like it wouldn't have been as successful as it was, and I don't think even my parents would have bought me any Bionicles when I was a kid. 'Cause,
Doesn't
ugh.
fuck with Bionicles.
Well, I look at these things. They don't look Christian at all.
I only ever had one friend growing up who I remember his parents like I was trying to talk him into getting into Yu-Gi-Oh and he was like, "No, it's too satanic." My parents say it's too ritualistic, and I was like, "Well, what?
Well,
Okay."
you
I
should
was
have
like, it's about
open
Egypt. I was like, it's if anything, it's just about Egypt.
Egyptian gods.
Yeah, but I tried to avoid that. I was trying to get him on it. Couldn't
Maybe
say
his
that.
was gonna
Maybe
say
just
I've met people who believe like Egyptian gods are like Christian demons from hell that
let's go.
manifested and they forced people to build the pyramids as monuments to Satan. And it's just like y'all are going too far with these conspiracies. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe oh, maybe that kid's parents only when they were like they were like researching Yu-Gi-Oh, and they only found like the original run of the manga where he's like where
Like
Yugi's like
murdering
fuck
people.
you, I will kill you. He like he like drowns a guy and then like sends a guy to a mental institution and then
Doesn't he
lights a
make a
guy on
guy
fire.
lights a guy on fire? I thought he even had a guy shoot himself.
Yeah, and I think he kills a guy like he makes him play like DDR until he dies or something like
Oh
that.
my
Like
Oh, they
god.
totally adapted that into Johnny
yeah,
Steps.
Right.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah, the
no.
original Yu-Gi-Oh manga is
Dark.
intense.
It's
Yeah.
Well,
called
isn't
Season
isn't the whole
Zero.
like oh yeah, the season 0 stuff. Ugh. But isn't the whole like premise of the Shadow Realm just like a 4 kids translation or something like that?
Yeah.
Where like the original dub is like, you're just dead.
Yeah,
People just
100%.
straight
I
up
think 4 kids made up the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
They make
And
fun of
well,
that in the abridged.
yeah, and the Yu-Gi-Oh that everybody knows and sees on TV was like it was like one chapter was like they were playing Duel Monsters in one chapter of the of season 0 and like Yami Yugi like makes the monsters like come to life and like kills this guy that like usually it was like somebody kidnaps Taya and then Yugi is like I'm the king of games, let's play a game, and then he kills him. Like
Well,
that's why
there was still some sort of weird dark spirit thing going on, right? Like with the
yes
puzzle. Like there was still
yeah
that premise though.
he was
and
the original Jigsaw.
Dude, I mean, yeah.
basically yeah um yeah because it's like I think that's why like in the theme song they go Yu-Gi-Oh's the king of games like because in season 0 like play all sort of different games like murders everyone
Well,
via
they kind of do that in Yu-Gi-Oh too because like he kicks what's his face's ass at Dungeon Dice Monsters. Like he is the king of games. He wins at every
yeah
game, not
yeah
just Duel Monsters.
dungeon dice monsters.
Yeah, Duke Devlin, Dungeon Dice Monsters. Yeah.
Good Devlin.
Hey, oh,
Er,
speaking of
er.
Dungeons and Dice, did you see the Dungeons and Dragons trailer?
A good transition, get us back on the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
I did see
Yeah.
the Dungeons and
I was
Dragons
not
trailer.
impressed.
You
Sign me up,
weren't?
man. I'm in.
Oh,
I don't know what
I'm
I
all
guess I don't know what
I'm
I was
for it.
expecting from a Dungeons and Dragons movie, but when I saw
Yeah.
that I didn't like it. I don't know.
I'm just worried that the movie is going to do what everything that is kind of like accepted Dungeons and Dragons has done since Stranger Things. Because it seems like every show that I watch that deals with Dungeons and Dragons after Stranger Things release, they only mention the Stranger things that they mention, like the Demogorgon or the Mind Flayer or Vecna and that kind of
Really?
stuff.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, they
cringy.
only mention things mentioned in Stranger Things. So I'm like, that's all the research that you did for this
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons episode of your sitcom? Like, just say Demogorgons, say Mind Flayer, and people be like, "Oh yeah, that's D&D." But it's like no one ever brings up anything else. Like they don't actually start talking about like, uh, oh god, Ice Glen or any of the other stuff that you can explore, and they don't even mention dragons in any D&D stuff.
Yeah, they're
I'm
not
just
community. They're not woke like community.
Dragons are played out. I just hope it's. I hope more than anything. I just hope it's funny.
See, that's what
I
I
hope
was
it.
wondering, and I didn't get a funny vibe from that trailer. Did you guys?
I think the big joke was the thing at the end where they were like, "What about you? What do you do?" And he's like, "I make plans." Like he plays the lute, and then it reveals like, "Oh, Chris Pine is playing the bard of the group," which is
Yeah.
oh ho 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 so funny.
Hmm,
But I kind of saw it coming, but
I
Oh,
guess.
I think it'll be fun.
yeah,
I hope it'll be fun. I'll enjoy it. We've obviously all played Dungeons and Dragons. And I think it's probably fair to say for all of us we've played it, but I don't think any of us have played it enough to be like at deep
Super
in it.
critical.
Like, yeah, I feel
right.
like if you were somebody who has like played like made it part of your life, like I feel like there's a pretty good chance that you're not going. It's more likely that you'll end up hating parts of the movie because you'll be like I already saw somebody like one of the people transforms into an owl bear, and then I saw
Yeah,
somebody
that
be
whole
like,
thing.
"Well,
They're
you
like
can't
wild
actually
shape.
transform into an owl bear. That's not how." It's like whatever. I don't.
Well, I love the response to that because I've seen that criticism too, and people were just kind of like, you realize that rule of cool is another thing that you can adopt in D&D, and turning into an owlbear counts as rule of cool. So, fuck you. It's like, okay.
The best part of anything is like the rules should be secondary. Like, who cares? But yeah,
And
I think that'll be
they're
fun.
there for more like guidance, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, sure, why not? Just let people turn into the owlbear if they want to.
Yeah. Agreed.
Sorry, Caleb, about the whole werewolf thing.
I was about to
I've come
say, bro,
around.
do I need to bring up
I've
the
come
werewolf
around.
incident? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You totally did a 180 there.
Fight.
No, I've come around on that because I'm just like, you know what? If someone wants to be a werewolf in a campaign that I lead, I'll fucking let them. No worries there.
Good to know now.
Right, good to know now.
Change.
But
I don't like
well.
being a DM. It's too much work.
It is a lot of work. It is. It's not
It's
really
fun. It's fun doing it, like like playing it, but it is a pain in the arse planning.
Very
right.
much so.
Ugh.
Well, we kind of got way off all around.
We're kind of
really
working
have
our
a
way back
real-
to Comic-Con.
A real agenda. We spent a lot of time talking about Bionicles, which is fine. Do we want to run down the list of all the stuff that's coming up in Phase 5 of
Hold on. Let's
Marvel
quickly
here?
just run through the DC presentation because it
Shit, I didn't even watch it.
it only had two things. Dwayne the Rock Johnson showed up wearing the
Wayne
Black
Cock
Adam suit.
Johnson.
Yeah. And then they showed the Shazam 2 trailer, which
Shazam!
I think looks fine.
Yeah,
But
it didn't look. I feel like it's not gonna be as good as the first one though.
I like the costumes in the first one more. I saw a screenshot like side by side comparison. And I was like, yeah, the first ones look like fun and like actual suits, and these look like, the CGI Marvel Studios, like they did too much to the costumes between the first and second. But I still think it looks fun. I'm sure I'll have a good time with it.
Do all the Shazam kids have all the powers of Shazam, or do they just like have one power each?
I thought they just all did.
I think it's like they all share the power. So they're all still like super strong, but because it's split amongst them, I think they're overall like not as strong as they could be if it was just one person with the power.
I don't know anything about Shazam, so
I don't know either. I'm just making like general conjecture. So if anyone knows, you can't leave a comment on Spotify, but I don't know. Yell at me in my DMs. There you go.
Apparently, the podcast is hitting way harder on the YouTube algorithm than it is on the Spotify algorithm.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like what when we did our top 10s of the second quarter, like the YouTube videos got like 150 listens, and the Spotify episode has like 4.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that. I got like a notification that there was a comment on there, and I was like, what's this? And then I saw the view count.
Did it say you're gay?
No, it was weird. It was I think it was they left a timestamp for one of the topics we were talking about. It said this is a timestamp for, I think it was maybe the RRR. It's like, if anybody wants to know about the RR stuff, this is the timestamp or whatever. And then I think they made a joke. They made a joke too, and I did reply back, but I don't remember what it was. But
did you say you're gay?
No, I did not say you're gay. No.
Well, that's good because that's the.
They seemed very well receiving of it. So
good.
I figured, why not reply?
Take what we can get, right?
Right.
Looking it up right now. Casual Opinions Podcast. It's the first thing that pops up in my YouTube search. Nice.
Totally.
Nice. Let's go.
Yeah. Did it.
Okay. Now I gotta find the find that one. Where is it? 5 subscribers. Hold on, we're about to get 6.
Let's
Let's
go.
get it.
Yeah.
5 subscribers. One of them's me. One of them's you. One of them's Caleb.
One of them's Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. Casual opinions. I'm watching. Ow! It's really loud. Okay. Sorry. Let's see. 5:58:35 timestamp for those that came here for RRR. To the guy in the podcast who was turned off by reading subtitles, you have no idea what you are missing. In the words of Bong Joon-ho, once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you'll be introduced to so many more amazing films. I want to see the reply. Amazing words of advice to our fallen brother.
I feel like maybe that was attacking me, and I feel like maybe
I
don't
couldn't
think
remember
that
who
guy-
didn't like subtitles. I thought it was maybe Bailey.
No, I love the
But it was you.
subtitles.
Okay.
I was
See,
praising the movie.
I feel like maybe I was taken out of context there. I don't know, because I've watched many an anime that is sub only. I've watched many a movie that is sub only. Like, I don't not like subtitles. I think more it was like the fact that it's 3 hours and 15 minutes. I think was probably a bit more. I was at that, but
Okay, we've got other
whatever.
comments on there from 2 days ago. It says it's not Bollywood, it's Tollywood, which is Telugu language film industry.
I don't think I saw that one.
That's an attack to you, Bailey. You probably goofed that one up.
Whoa.
I think we all did. I think we all said Bollywood.
Yeah,
Not
I
me.
probably did too.
I wouldn't have said it. I was too scared by the subtitles to know what the difference between the two.
Oh well.
That's funny.
That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah, look at that. People listen.
Check us out on YouTube.
Yes. You want to do the Marvel thing, or do we just?
Yeah, let's get back to the Marvel thing.
I'll just read them all off, and we'll see what the hell happens. First in Phase 5, Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantumania, which I think I hope will be cool. Then after that, in the spring, there's Secret Invasion, which I believe is just going to be a Disney Plus show. Then in the summer of 2023, we've got Guardians 3, and we've got the Disney Plus Echo show. Then there's also Season 2 of Loki and The Marvels. And in November of 2023, there is Blade and perhaps the Ironheart TV show. Then in the winter of 23/24, you have Agatha, Coven of Chaos, which is definitely a better name than House of Harkness, although I still don't think I care at all about that show.
Yeah, that seems strange.
You've got the spring 2024 Daredevil, Born Again. Then you have Captain America: New World Order.
Ooh,
and
that
then
just
you have
sounds badass.
At the end of Phase 5, you have Thunderbolts. That's the spread there. Based off those names, which one would you be most excited for?
Captain America, just Captain America: New World Order. That just sounds badass. Like, I don't know what's going
does
on.
sound pretty
It
cool.
sounds dark,
Right.
kind of. I don't know.
I don't know. My heart is with the Guardians for Guardians 3, but I
Yeah.
think out of all those, I'm probably most excited for Ant-Man Quantumania because
that's gonna be good.
I watched the leak trailer from San Diego Comic-Con, and it just the trailer itself seems like, okay, this is gonna be not necessarily the funny Ant-Man. This is gonna be like, oh, Ant-Man might die. Who knows?
Yeah,
Like,
I heard
there
it
are
was gonna be
actual
different.
stakes. Yeah.
I think it'll be cool to see Jonathan Majors just cook. Like, I think because Kang's going to be in there, and he'll obviously be really good. I do think I probably would lean also towards Captain America: New World Order, although I'm definitely excited for Ant-Man as well.
And who's the crew of the Thunderbolts supposed to be, at least according to the
As
comics?
far as
your boyfriend,
my boyfriend.
Yes.
I think Yelena.
So my boyfriend Yelena is. Did we say the Abomination's supposed to be in there?
I thought
Abomination.
so.
Yes.
Okay, that'd
so
be interesting.
the way the Thunderbolts work is it's Thunderbolt Ross who turns into the Red Hulk, but the guy who plays Thunderbolt Ross has died. So
Wow, thanks.
he will most likely not be in it.
Yeah.
So well, unless they recast that character, which they've done in the past, but just
What was
the
the
way they're
last
going,
movie he was even in?
He was in,
Like
I
Marvel wise.
think, Infinity. No. He was in Black Widow.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
But
he
that's
showed up in
like,
Black Widow.
but like I guess in terms of like
The timeline.
timeline wise, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been Infinity War. He might have even shown up. No, he wasn't in Captain America and Winter Soldier, or Falcon Winter Soldier, whatever the series is called.
Yeah, they might
'Cause I
just
thought,
do
like,
it
maybe
without
he
him.
was in it.
Replace him
Yeah.
with Abomination.
Well, you see, that's the thing, is like they could potentially just make the team in honor of Thunderbolt Ross, like initiative that he started and wasn't able to finish.
Yeah.
And that's why Val stepped in. So
I like
we
that.
have, yeah, that'd be like an okay way to go. But we have, you can't have a Thunderbolts team without Zemo. You have the
Who's Zemo?
Baron Zemo. Remember, bad guy from Civil War and
Isn't he
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Soldier.
Is it, how would he play into this?
I don't know. They
Isn't
get him
he
out
like
of
full on
Wakanda.
dead now too?
No. He got taken by the Wakandans. Remember?
I guess not. No.
He's the guy who blew up King T'Chaka. Blew up
Yeah.
T'Challa's dad in Civil War.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. He was in that. They had like the Zemo dancing.
It's the cool
thing.
dance thing. Yeah.
Okay. That
Yeah.
guy. I had a different guy in mind.
So
first.
my prediction is he's gonna show up in an after credit scene.
Does he do anything? What? Like, what's his thing?
He's a leader. Typically, he doesn't really have powers. He's just really smart.
Okay, so he's just smart. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, let's be honest. Based off the team that we know, there's a very clear
leader
strength. Like, it's Abomination washes all of them. Like, it's
I thought you were
Abomination
talking-
and a bunch of
the rest of them.
B-listers.
I was gonna say the rest of them are like, well, you do have the superpowered U.S. agent potentially, because he took that.
Yeah, but he's not
drug
going
or
to be able to
whatever.
take on Abomination.
No,
Like,
he won't be able to take on
I
Abomination.
think he could.
He could probably withstand
Captain
anyone
America,
else, but
the Thunderbolts
don't
Captain America
think he'd
could
be-
totally do it.
I think that Thunderbolts Captain America would probably subconsciously take it easy on Abomination because he knows that his non-Abomination form is a white guy, and he doesn't want to hit a fellow white man as hard.
Oh my gosh!
Shut up, bitch!
Oh god.
I hate you.
So as far as I know, the team for the Thunderbolts is got to be Zemo, U.S. Agent, Abomination, Yelena, maybe Kate Bishop, but we don't 100% know that yet because I know she's been a part of it tentatively, I think, in the past, or at least Hawkeye has.
She feels a little closer to good guy, though.
Exactly. Not like the morally gray area, but so there's that. Oh, and maybe even Sharon Carter might be a
What
part
about
of it.
Taskmaster? Is
Taskmaster
dead?
is still floating around. Like, I think we established Taskmaster's still alive.
Yeah.
So, and Thunderbolt Ross showed up at the site where Taskmaster was lying, so they could easily just be like, we're going to reprogram Taskmaster to be our go-to killer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it very much could be any of them, and who knows? We might get introduced to more characters. Oh, you know who would actually be good on the Thunderbolts team? Fucking Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh yeah.
She
Yeah,
got
I was
fixed,
just-
right?
I think they were trying to fix her.
Yeah, I don't really remember what happened to her at the end.
They had to go
Oh, she got-
into the quantum realm.
She got
to,
snapped away?
We don't know.
Yeah.
I thought we saw her get snapped away, but maybe not.
See,
Maybe
what
not.
happened was in
No,
the
that's right.
Ant-Man
They
and
ran
Wasp-
away, didn't they?
Yes, ran away with what's his name. So what they were
Yeah.
doing was they were trying to help her by going into the quantum realm to gather some like crystals that stabilize her. But whenever Ant-Man went in, he got trapped because of the whole snap
Yeah.
situation.
I wonder what happened to her.
So yeah, we don't know what happened to her. Maybe she got better and could control her power, but who knows?
Certainly interesting.
Yeah, I think that'll be a fun one. Yeah, I do. I will say, I think Thunderbolts feels like a weird one to presumably end the phase with because it's listed as the
Yeah.
last one for Phase 5. I feel like it would make, and granted, I have no idea what either one of these movies are going to be about, but I feel like maybe like the last one should be Captain America New World Order. Like just based off the titles, like I feel like that one seems like a, I don't know,
And
just like a weird bad guy team up movie feels like a weird way to end it. Like I don't know like what
that's what I was gonna
the
ask. So
stakes would be.
they're bad guys, kinda. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, to what degree?
Yeah.
I don't know, because like I don't see U.S. Agent as a bad guy. Maybe
We
just
know. We know.
you know what I mean. Like I don't. He's not like trying to like take over the world, but like
Well, even then, it's like Zemo has in the MCU isn't necessarily a bad guy either. He's just a master manipulator to get what he wants, and that's all it is. He's not trying to take over the world either.
and would
So
would the Thunderbolts end with that movie? Would we ever see them again?
That's yeah.
see,
I don't know. Or are they
Yeah,
just
I-
gonna
they
be done with
could.
those people after that? Like, how does that tie into like all of this Avengers stuff? The rest of the stuff we haven't talked about. You know, like
Well, that might tie into something like Secret Wars or even the Kang Dynasty stuff. They may be like sent to help the Avengers and help them out with whatever the conflict is
yeah,
in
yeah.
either of those movies. So they could make a full-fledged appearance as quote unquote good guys following orders in that situation. But
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what those were what have been announced for Phase 6 also. Phase 6 looks like it starts in fall of 2024 with Fantastic Four. And then in May of 2025, there's the Kang Dynasty. And then in November of 2025, there's Secret Wars. And I have no idea what to know about any of that. I
Yeah.
suspect they'll. I feel like they would have to tell us who's going to be in the freaking Fantastic Four soon. Like,
yeah,
because
it's
if it's
it's
supposed
already
to come out in
being
no, if it's supposed to
like
come out
they're
in November, like that's 2 years. Oh,
yeah,
just a little over 2 years away. Like I feel like you got to get started on that.
I need to know
but
now because
also
I'm tired of seeing really bad, cringy edits of who they want
Yeah,
the Fantastic Four to be. It's
yeah,
always so
me
bad,
too. Just
so
get it.
bad.
Just get
John
another switch
John
around.
Krasinski was on, I think it might have been Jimmy Fallon, and he was just like heavily implying that he's coming back as Reed Richards,
All
which
right, Jimbo. No one.
I'm just kind of like I think it was cool the one time, but I kind of hope they go with a different person for Reed Richards.
I heard a possible rumor that they would maybe announce, or it is likely that they would announce who's going to be the Fantastic Four at the big Disney thing, the
Oh,
D23 Disney convention thing,
D23.
which I
Mhm.
Because
think is
they said they were going to announce more and more Marvel stuff that they didn't announce at San Diego
yeah,
Comic Con,
I think
which is
that's in
probably when they're going to
September.
release the Guardians trailer, the Secret Wars trailer, and the Ant-Man trailer.
Yeah,
When's that happen?
I think it's in
Uh,
September,
December?
yeah.
so
Right
about a month away. So,
on.
of all the shows that were listed in there, is there one that you are most excited about, least excited about?
What are the shows again?
The shows were Secret Invasion, Echo, What If Season 2, Loki Season 2, Ironheart, Agatha, Daredevil.
Probably Loki season 2.
I definitely would say I'm most excited for Loki Season 2.
Yeah.
I really, honestly, I don't know what they'll be about. And again, the whole low expectations thing, but I'm not terribly interested in Echo or Agatha.
Same. It's like why? That seems
Secret
so
Invasion,
out
I think, will
there.
be cool. I think I would like Ironheart also. She's going to show up in Wakanda Forever, so I think Ironheart could be good.
I don't even
But
know who that
I don't know.
is.
She's like I think her name is it Riri Williams? I don't know much about the comics, but she kind of creates like her own sort of Iron Man suit. Um, and maybe in the comics she actually like worked for Tony Stark or like got a scholarship from Tony Stark. But she basically creates her own sort of Iron Man
So
suit.
she's just a
And
copycat.
I mean, if you want to think of it that way, I guess.
Yeah,
Because we already have a
almost.
female Iron Man, right? Well, Piper or whatever her name is.
Yeah, but I don't know how gung ho she is about superheroing. Like,
Yeah, I suppose.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
there are a lot of copycats in the MCU anyway. So it's
That's
like
fair.
Rhodey wouldn't have been War Machine if he didn't put
Yeah,
on an
that's
Iron Man
true.
suit to begin with, and this and that. So sorry, I cut out from Discord. Just stopped working for me. So did you guys hear mine? Because I just kind of
I'm
screamed
gonna
it.
guess that you're gonna say Daredevil. Is
Yeah,
your most excited? Yeah.
yeah. I kept saying I was sitting here like Daredevil, Daredevil, Daredevil,
I'm
and no
just
one was
glad.
responding. And I was like, did you guys just like both decide to stop talking after I said Daredevil?
No.
Yes.
I'm just glad that they're not making the previous one canon because I did not want to have to watch that.
I
Same.
mean, it technically still could be.
I
Yeah,
think that
but I
I think it's
really don't think it will be.
yeah, that I feel like that's why the subtitle for Daredevil is Born Again. Like I feel like it's just a reset. Like, hey, we
Yeah.
got the
It,
same
it
actor, but ignore
right.
Yeah.
that,
It's
please.
probably like the same universe, but it's going to be one of those things where the first ones don't tie in to the MCU as like tightly, and then this one actually will, and we'll start seeing like him and maybe even the Spider-Man swinging around in New York City or something like that. So
Like if you just
that's
want to
what it could
say
be.
if you just want to say the original Daredevil and all this other crap MCU stuff that came before the real MCU, all that crap, whatever you want to call it. If you just want to say that's like an alternate universe because we're doing all this universe stuff, like same thing with like saying all those old Spider-Man movies, they're in the MCU now. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
You can say it that way, but like
Yeah. No, I want them to just like say up front, yeah, this one's canon or this isn't canon.
I want them to
I
say it's
need
not canon because I don't want to watch it.
I want Kevin Feige to like come forward and be like, yeah, no, Inhumans not canon, Agents of
God, I don't want
Shield
that to be
not
canon.
canon.
Same. I don't want any of that to be canon.
Well, I think they've pretty much made Inhumans non-canon.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of plot holes with a few of those shows that wouldn't happen. So.
Yeah.
I mean, like there are already potholes in the MCU. I mean, you watch Captain Marvel and it's just kind of like, oh, we're representatives of Shield, and that's in the 90s. And then you go to watch Iron Man and Coulson's like, we don't know what to call ourselves yet. Oh, Shield? That sounds like a good name. And it's like, you were calling yourself Shield in the 90s and you just forgot?
Yeah,
Okay.
Olsen did a lot of blow in the '90s. He doesn't remember.
People could easily be like, well, he was a scroll. And it's like, no, the scroll that he was got murked. You see it in the movie.
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
Coulson's
Oh,
the
yeah.
real Ghost Rider, according to one of those shows.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he becomes Ghost Rider.
What a dumb show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's a lot of Marvel stuff there, guys. There's a lot of it.
There's a lot of Marvel. There's
Yeah,
more to come.
yeah. There's also Star Wars coming. We got a couple Star Wars shows before the end of the year,
Yeah.
which is
We got
exciting.
Andor.
Andor,
Andor is going to run from like August all the way through December.
let's go. Let's get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 12 episodes, so
Oh,
it's
heck
like
yeah.
12 weeks of this stuff.
get it.
Are they hours long or 45-minute long?
I believe they're going to be probably around the same thing. So we'll get like
Yeah.
45 minutes of new Star Wars stuff every single week.
That's awesome. I like that.
Hamana, 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 hamana. Hamana, 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 hamana.
It was like, how are we going to treat that? Oh, we should probably do like once every 2 weeks, kind of like we did with the other shows.
That's probably, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Because we got a lot to look forward to at the end of the year.
Yeah, and I don't think I want to do a weekly She-Hulk, guys. I'm
No.
sorry.
No, that's
no.
fine.
We could do like an end of series kind of sort of in summary episode
Yeah.
if need be.
Yeah, we could do a beginning, middle, and end.
If anything
Max.
cool happens, we can maybe just mention it. But
Then a second Thanos snaps occurs, and it's just like, whoa! We see Tom Holland. We see all the characters. We see Tom Holland as Nathan Drake swing in for a couple
Ooh,
seconds.
you're speaking my language there. Hey, I'll say this to the fans out there right now. The Uncharted movie is one of the 5 best movies to come out in 2022. It's a top 5 movie right now. I know Caleb agrees.
Wait, which movie?
Caleb,
Uncharted, it's a top 5 movie
Oh, so
of
sorry.
2022.
Yeah, no, it actually is really good. I watched it again recently. It's awesome.
I took your silence as like a disagreement, Caleb. I thought you were gonna
Oh, no.
like.
I
play
honestly
something
did
on a
not hear you
soundboard.
say which movie, and I was just like,
Thanks.
but yeah, no, Uncharted,
Okay.
straight banger, straight banger.
Yeah, for sure. It's better than the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman. Yeah, the Batman.
The Batmid.
The Batman.
Sonic
Yeah.
2.
Sonic 2 is better than Batman. Yeah.
Bingo.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Why haven't they made a Bingo movie yet? They made like Battleship. They made Transport. Why not Bingo? Where's a Bingo movie?
Well,
I don't
what
know,
about this Winnie the
Pixels
Pooh
2?
thing? You guys see that?
Oh, the horror movie. The
Yeah,
horror
what
Winnie the
the
Pooh.
heck
I'm
is
excited
that?
for it.
I don't understand
That's
that.
gonna be
Well-
stupid. That's
Well,
gonna
it's
be
because
stupid.
Winnie the Pooh just entered the public domain. Not
Yeah.
the Disney version, but just Winnie the Pooh, the character from.
Right.
I also thought I saw something about Barney coming out, a horror Barney movie coming out, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, starring Daniel Kaluuya. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
I'm-
so weird.
I'm
I'll
wondering
watch him.
about that.
That'll be a fun watch, maybe, but it could also just be terrible.
Right.
Did you see the Nightmare Fuel? The Nightmare Fuel that is the new Pinocchio trailer.
I've
Oh,
seen
yeah,
it
the
pop up, but I haven't
stop-motion
clicked on it
one?
because it looked bad.
Freaking yikes, man!
Is
Yeah,
it
it's
is
just
this the
the
stop motion
screenshot
Guillermo
of
del
Pinocchio
Toro
looks
one?
scary.
Yeah, it is.
I'm excited for it.
Well,
just think
I
it'll
know
be
you
Of
so
course
much
you are.
fun.
Yeah, that's right up your alley.
But I will say the Disney live action one with Tom Hanks looks like it's gonna be more terrifying. I'm sorry.
forgot
Tom
about
Hanks
that.
is scary now. He looks horrifying, and he's doing like that stupid Mario accent where he's just kind of like, "Hey, Pinocchio, you need to come to school or something," and it's just like, Tom, what are you doing? I know you're earning a paycheck, but come on.
Don't you disrespect Tom Hanks.
I don't know.
Tizzy hizzy.
Guillermo del Toro.
I can't respect Tom Hanks thanks to his son Chet. Or
Chet.
whatever.
Chet Hanks. What a
Chet Hanks.
meme.
Shout out Chet Hanks.
What a meme. Atlanta season 3. Chet Hanks.
Shout out. It's the
Oh,
biggest shout out.
God.
All right. Bye.
Pokemon.
Oh.